everyone, and welcome back to a series of Conversation of Change. We are back with more exciting speakers lined up for you this year. To kick off our first episode of 2024, we are beginning this conversation with a very inspiring speaker for you today, Anushka Jain, who is the founder of Share at Doorstep. It is a sustainability tech platform that allows users to donate goods effortlessly and earn rewards. Through stats, she's solving the problem of piling goods in households by helping people get rid responsibly of unwanted stuff like clothes, toys, furniture, etc. An engineer by degree and an entrepreneur by choice, she started SATS when she observed that challenges faced by her mother, who could not find time to go to an NGO to donate clothes and books. So thank you so much, Anushka, for making time for us to speak today about your journey. We are excited to learn more about you and your venture.
Thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be here.
Great. Okay, so let's kickstart this podcast. So, could you just tell us a little bit more about the platform Share at Doorstep? You launched the platform in 2015, but you started on your own way back by doing self pickups from door to door. So, could you share a moment when the idea came to you and what inspired you to start this initiative?
Sure. I think there's a whole story behind the inception of Shared Doorstep, and I think you touched upon that. It traces back to a time when I used to go with my mom to the NGO every year on my birthday. And I think this story everyone can relate to because every one of us has done that with their moms on their birthday. And we used to go to the NGO, spend time with the kids, and donate items, new and old. And I used to think why we do it just once a year when it's so much fun and so much impactful. And I thought my mom is lazy or busy. But I realized that the real reason is not the missing desire to donate, but actually there is no easy way to donate pre-loved goods. And hence we figured that there is a huge gap between donors and NGOs, which is compounded by the three factors: logistics issues, trust issues, and people don't have time to drive to the NGO. So there has to be an easy way to do good and to give away items. And the idea was very simple: how to make giving as easy as ordering food online or ordering something, doing shopping online. And that was the inception. We started Share Doorstep, the simple vision to make sure that everyone should be able to give away pre-loved goods easily and make an impact.
That's really lovely to hear. I mean, I think given the scale that you're at this point, it's already been 9 to 10 years with SATS, and you have collaborated with many brands. I see like over 150 brands like Myntra, Flipkart. So could you explain how these partnerships enhances customer and employee engagement, and what are the unique initiatives you take up with them?
Sure. I think this is one of my favorite questions because it helped us reach so many people together, because partnerships are like so strong and so impactful, and you can reach so many people together at one go. So idea, since as a bootstrap company, we always were looking for ideas on how we can reach more people at one go and increase our impact. And the collaborations with brands and companies which are having their KPIs to firstly engage the customers or employees in a fun, impactful way. And secondly, to have their own business goals around sales, remarketing, helped us to kind of find a good fit. So how we work with them. So for the brands which are B2C, we work with them for a circular infinity initiative, which is generally a take back program. Each time people donate anything, each time people buy something at the platform, they can donate anything reusable. So we work with mattress companies where each time you buy a new mattress, you can donate the old mattress, furniture companies, clothes companies, shoes companies. And the idea is to inculcate the giving process into the whole system. When you buy something, it becomes easy for people to donate. But also as a brand, it is more impactful because the customers are getting engaged into a circularity initiative. Also, it's a very good for the remarketing or branding perspective because they're able to reward these customers with, recognition, certificates. Like we work with Mini Club for giving away kids' clothes, and moms generally get the certificates for their kids as a change maker certificate, which is really, really good. And it increases their NPS and all the KPIs for sales and marketing, but also creates a huge impact teaching kids on how to donate at a very early stage. And with the corporates, actually, we work on employee engagement programs where the employees can donate anything reusable, and it's been end-to-end operations to logistics to the tech is done by us.
Moving on to the next question, as an advocate for mindfulness in shopping and consumption habits, you've emphasized the importance of individual actions in driving broader systemic changes towards sustainability. So, in your view, could you share with us some of the actions, or particularly in mindful consumption, how does that play a pivotal role in promoting sustainability?
So yeah, I think absolutely mindful consumption is the heart of sustainability. And by choosing the right products, choosing the right services, doing the right thing for how we discard our waste is the need of the hour. And I feel that mindful consumption not only reduces waste, but also signals to the businesses that there's a growing demand for catering to the conscious customers, and they should change their processes, systems accordingly. Just to give an example, that we're working with a mattress company, and we figured that people were asking for having an exchange program and giving away their old mattress in a better way and not disposing it. And they kind of waited for the campaign to launch or relaunch so that they can donate and then buy a new mattress. So people are moving towards it, and they're making a systemic change and having brands and pushing brands to take the right actions.
Right. Thank you. I mean, then let's just circle back to your initiative is particularly leaning towards circular economy, right? So can you share some specific instances where you observed a tangible positive outcome resulting from sustainable consumption? And how did this interaction or story influence you in your belief in effective circular economy?
So one of the examples that come to my mind is the campaign which we did around pandemic. Around pandemic, a lot of students were not able to continue their education because they didn't have online resources or means, don't have phones or devices to continue it. And the education kind of stopped for a lot of students who were supported by NGOs. And there was a whole huge demand for phones and laptops around that time. And we partnered with Cashify, which is one of the recycling companies, and repurposed the recycling company. And we had people donate their old phones, which are not in reusable condition as well. And we got a lot of phones because every one of us has those dead phones lying around, which we didn't exchange, didn't get a value of. And people gave them away. They got refurbished by Cashify and then went to the NGOs where the students were able to continue their education. And the impact this was so huge because you can see a tangible impact happening right there. Plus these items which were otherwise have gone into waste, and e-waste is like really, really bad for the environment. So it had a dual impact on the people and planet, and we can see the tangible impact. And the people who were part of this campaign also saw the end-to-end result of this. So I think this created a huge ripple effect on the community as a whole.
Yeah, thank you. Drawing on your expertise in sustainability, right? I would like to pick your brain on how you take on your take on FMCG companies within the context of circular economy. So do you believe these companies are adequately doing their part? And if so, how, where do you identify opportunities for better advancement or improvement?
FMCG, actually, that's a very good question because I think FMCG do play a huge role in this. We do use a lot of items which are not into circularity, the circularity has not been inculcated into the processes. And I could see a lot of brands moving towards it. Like if you go to hotel chains and, stay in a premium hotel, you can see that they don't give those small pouches anymore. They have this reusable, refillable cans there. But I think there's a huge lot of opportunity out there, which we have a lot of improvement to do. And I think brands are moving towards it. And I would say, as I mentioned earlier, people have to take a conscious effort to choose the options which are more sustainable, the brands which are moving towards better packaging, better processes. And I think as we do that, brands are also moving towards that circularity, inculcating circularity into the processes. But also, it has to be driven by everybody, people and the brands together. But I do have hope that we are moving in the right direction.
Yeah, yeah, I know it's true. I mean, even in terms of fast fashion, right? There are a lot of companies that are looking at like using sustainable textile, using
Yes,
sustainable clothes and all that. Yeah, yeah.
right.
So thanks for that. So in the last 9, 10 years with SADS, I'm sure you have faced a lot of hurdles and challenges in your journey. So could you share some of these hurdles and what were the strategies you employed to overcome these hurdles?
I think when you're as an entrepreneur, I think every entrepreneur will agree with me. Every hurdle or challenge become like a fun uh, default, which is no more a challenge or a hurdle. You feel it's a default of the journey, and we don't see this as a problem anymore, but a more fun challenge that will come, and you'll be on the other side of it soon. I think one thing which we faced around the same pandemic time, I think we were working with a lot of companies on donation drives and employee engagement initiatives, and that stopped suddenly. And that was our way to reach out to all these companies, like which are having those sustainability initiatives and conscious employees, and it suddenly stopped. So our way to reach out to the employees became like zero, and we thought, what should we do? So we realized that people are working remotely now. So we expanded to more cities. We launched at 2,000 more cities where we can reach like remote areas as well as small as, cities which are like not accessible otherwise through Dunzos we passed or other logistics partner. And we partnered with a few logistics partners to reach every part of India and launched Go Circular 100 initiative, to which every employee can donate from their home and it will get delivered to one of the NGOs we support across India. And this was so big because all the companies signed up to engage their employees remotely and have fun. And the engagement levels of this initiative was around 70% higher than a collection drive. And now we actually have hybrid models for the companies that are working with us to have remote employees as well as employees who are coming to office engaged, but also because it gives convenience for people or to the employees to donate from home, and became like whole community activity where they involve their kids and spouse and family members to donate. So I think that started with like a big challenge, but ended up into something good.
As you continue to lead SADS and inspire others with your journey, what are some of the key milestones you're eagerly anticipating achieving in the near future? And how do you envision the sustainability tech landscape evolving in the coming years?
So our vision is very big. Our idea is to make sure every reusable item across the world reaches to somebody in need or is not going to landfill across the world. And hence we want to expand to more geographies. We have expanded to Singapore last year, and our idea is to go to 5 to 6 more geographies which we are eyeing on, where we feel that people have extra items to give away and they can be donated. And we are exploring the cross-border bit, where donations can be sent from one country to the other, so there's no restriction of items staying in the same country, especially for countries where it's well government funded and they don't have people who can make use of the items that are donated. It's a good idea to explore or send it to the countries where we can make the best use of the items. So that's one bit of it. In India, we have partnered with a few logistics partners recently, and soon you'll see we're expanding to 30 to 40 more cities, tier 2, tier 3. So as consumption is increasing in tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 as well, I think it's the time to expand to these cities and give people a chance to donate easily from home in these cities as well. On the sustainability tech landscape, I feel with the AI, the possibilities are endless. We are also building something to have like a wardrobe which will tell you what you can donate and what you can keep. So the opportunities are endless on this with AI especially. So I'm very hopeful for this, and we'll soon see few more initiatives coming from Share Doorstep as well in the AI integrated segment.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think AI has been a game changer in society, and I hope that there will be more innovative solutions towards climate change.
I think one thing that helped me is not waiting for things to get perfect and just get started with what you have, like the raw idea. I think coming back to the basics of what the problem you're solving is and what's the vision which I see. That's the two non-moving entities which we should have. In between, the path will keep on changing and how we'll achieve it. But you should always be true with the vision and the problem statement. And yeah, not wait for the perfection element to kick in and just get started. That's my advice to everyone.
Thank you so much for your time, Anushka, and for sharing your innovative and inspiring journey with us. We wish you all the best, and we look forward to seeing the continued impact of your platform. Thank you so much for spending the time with
It was
us.
such a pleasure
Thank
talking
you.
to you. Yeah.